Hi. I'm here with David from the Freedom Convo, and we're doing a sort of unusual thing where I'm going to get to ask him some questions. He has kindly had me on his podcast several times, and he's hosting this system today because he's going to share a bunch of interesting photos, and we'll talk about perhaps some esoteric matters, some secret societies, some occult matters, and his experiences sort of seeing through what we're calling the narrative or the matrix or the edges of the pattern. And so, David, thank you for being here. And when did you first start to see this?
Thanks for inviting me on your podcast. That's pretty cool. I'm a bit of an interviewer. I do my own podcast, and it's interesting to be on the other side of the table. Happy to answer your questions about the Matrix. And everyone has a different interpretation of the Matrix, don't they? I will get closer to my microphone, maybe. But I mean, I don't think we have to interpret the Matrix all day, do we? I think people get it by now. Lies.
People who get it. But
people get it. Yeah.
A lot of people still, are looking for the movie and not seeing it right in front of them.
Well, this band, Pucifer, they're called. They just released their latest album yesterday, and man, it's so nice when you anticipate a new album, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when it comes out, and this band nails the grand narrative of our time.
Oh,
it's the singer from the band Tool.
Okay.
Everybody knows Tool.
Yeah.
James Maynard Keenan. Anyways, his other band that he's been doing. And he's saying, yeah, I'm just going to basically believe the simulation rather than God. Therefore, I mean, this is the lyrical train of one of those songs I've been listening to on repeat. It's like, holy crap. It's better. People are thinking it's better to enter the simulation, the actual matrix, where it's all you and your power. And there's no relationship at all, because technology is actually a dead nut thing at all. Rather than believe the same damn thing, kind of, by saying, okay, well, maybe there's a God there somewhere. And then you have a relationship with real feelings and back and forth information from the environment and nature. So I guess that would be thinking about the Matrix. Like, that's how I think about it a little bit. I don't know about seeing through it, but maybe as a teenager, you get these feelings, intuitive feelings, that something's going on. And maybe I have some purpose. You have to ask yourself these questions.
Right.
Maybe I have some purpose in this world. Maybe it's not just horrible all the time. I mean, you're a teenager. It's horrible. And my family wasn't great, so, whatever. So that's a little bit about me, I guess, my background. And when I guess the Matrix started to crack when I was a teenager, I started to ask big questions.
What were the big questions?
Oh, what's the purpose of life, for goodness sake?
Yeah.
Well, existentialism. Yeah. On the show, this, we delve into existentialism a lot, maybe too much.
Right.
Because sometimes you gotta have answers too, right? So I guess that's an interesting thing, isn't it? What do you do when you realize the Matrix is there? When did you discover the Matrix?
I did not have some strong moment of discovery. I've had spiritual moments, but then the kind of the societal fracturing, which is part of what I'm very interested in, that became obvious to me within the past 10 to 15 years. And it sounds to me like you really experienced something, pretty young, where did you go and look for answers?
I think when I was 15, I took acid.
Oh.
And it's freaked me out. I was so scared. And I saw weird colors and stuff, whatever. But it was about 6 hours of terror.
Wow.
And that really screwed me up, actually. And I have a theory, and I don't know. I don't waste a lot of time thinking about it. But I think it blew my third eye wide open way before I was ready. And it just fucked me up a little bit. It made the rest of my teenage years even worse. So I started to get, I don't know. It's hard to describe because I don't do psychedelics. I've never done them since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't have experience with psychedelics, but I've talked to so many people who have had negative experiences. Or they'll have one really amazing experience, and so they'll want to go back and do it again, and then they'll have a really traumatic experience. And I do think it's one of those things where if you're not, especially as a 15-year-old, if you're not spiritually prepared, you are seeing something, but you're not there. You're not ready to meet it.
Oh yeah, it was terror. Oh my goodness. It
Mm-hmm.
really messed me up. Like I feel like almost I hate the word trauma, and that's a whole discussion for another day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a little bit traumatizing, you know. It was
Yeah.
really scary, man. Like it's hard to describe it. I
Right.
think everybody knows the feeling of just extreme I don't know what. I can't even describe it. Just white terror.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. On a spiritual level, I guess, right?
Right.
Deeply, deeply so nihilistic was the terror that it was spiritual.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I mean,
something clicked.
nihilism is a spiritual crisis, so obviously.
It's
Yeah.
a common thing in Buddhism and meditative circles, people who meditate very deeply, that, well, Buddhism specifically talks about nihilism as something you got to watch out for.
Huh.
Because if you're meditating that intensely all the time, and in Tibet, they go crazy.
Yeah.
They're all about it.
Yeah.
So when you meditate a lot, well, things happen. Things
Mm-hmm.
change. Your
Mm-hmm.
perception. So I guess when I was about 18, 19, 20, for sure, around 20 years old, I started to meditate. Just no instruction. Just I was like, okay. And I think I was talking about it with somebody one day. I was like, I'm going to try that. Cross your legs, sit on your bed,
Yeah.
and close your eyes and breathe. Whatever. Okay, so I can do that. And I don't know, not a big deal, but slowly, a great curiosity, a great curiosity about this practice because I started to read shit about it.
Yeah.
Taoism. I
Mm-hmm.
was reading Taoist books, the Tao Te Ching,
Mm-hmm.
and by Lao Tzu. Okay, well, that's a little bit more, I guess, about the journey into the matrix. But you're right when you brought up the political world, because I guess there's layers to this. And I was thinking about this thing where, and you're into Steiner, so you probably know
Yeah.
more about this than I do. This concept of there's many worlds in which we dwell.
Right.
One is very physical, like the table, the politics, who you're voting for next week, etc. Your health, your body, all that stuff. Your relationships, and then the relationships are getting a little bit more metaphysical.
Mm-hmm.
Language and psychology and communication, back and forth relationships. And then there's your intuitive world and your fear,
Right.
or love dichotomy.
Right.
And this is the big one. If you can even get to that level without saying, I just have anxiety, give me the pills, done deal, boom, you move forward. But some people say, no, I'm going to sort this out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the spiritual journey then, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Then I got and then anyway, yeah, go ahead.
you got recruited into what?
Well, but here's the thing, 20 years old was a big year for me. A lot of things happened. One, all the meditating. One, went to university as a mature student.
Mm-hmm.
5 years out of high school, they call you mature student and whatever. So, and I started to take religious studies and philosophy, and started reading books. And well, basically, long story short, I met a Freemason at work, and he recruited me into Freemasons when I was 19.
Wow.
So 18, 19, 20, the matrix for me was just like, okay, we're going in.
Yeah.
Full engines steaming into the fucking matrix. And there was no internet.
Right.
This was 1990, or no. Anyway, it's 30 years ago. Let's throw that in there. 30 years ago.
Was
Yeah,
it presented to you as, anything more than a group of guys hanging out and, I don't know, whatever, hanging out? Was it presented as kind of secretive?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, very chummy. Grounded, good communication. How you doing? Nice to see you. We're men. We're gonna talk straight.
Mhm.
And so I was like, okay. Well, how do I tell this story about being recruited in Freemasonry? Because now the internet is here, they think it's immediately you're drinking blood. No.
Right.
No. I think there's a misconception about Freemasonry, and I'm not here to defend it either. And I will tell you one thing I do know: it leads to very dark places.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. Just throw that out
Yeah.
there. But at the beginning level, whatever, you're helping people with their seeing eye dog fund, and they get a seeing eye dog, and off they go.
Right.
Or they're sending money to the soup kitchen or something. It's a boys' club,
Right.
and they raise money for the community. But and thank goodness they do that, sure. But everybody knows of this. The rabbit hole is very, very deep with Freemasonry. Right. Okay, yeah. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, well, it's like the beginning of the question, and obviously, if I ask anything you don't want to answer, just don't answer it. But of course, growing up before the internet or before there was so much stuff on the internet, I met people who were open about being Freemasons, and being a woman, it's never like they're never trying to recruit you. So, or recruit me. So I had interpreted it in this very much like, oh, it's a thing that guys go and do and hang out in a room and probably drink beer. Like that was the way I had understood it culturally before the internet really revealed a lot. And I'm wondering, like, how much time did it take before they got into the more esoteric or occult practices?
Oh, it's right away.
Oh.
I mean, they're wearing the rings, and, it was like we went for coffee, We'll go for coffee, we'll talk about it. And since my father is not a Freemason and my grandfather's not a Freemason, they have rules.
Oh.
That you need 2 Freemasons to vouch for you.
Uh-huh.
And they have to be in good standing, of which I'm not. I've probably been blackballed, and that's where that term comes from.
Right.
So maybe we'll talk about that later. Just because I stopped showing up.
Uh-huh.
And one day they're like, "Well, I guess Brother David is gone. What shall we do?" Didn't have a vote.
Right.
And anyway, about to blackball you or not, which means like you're just like, don't come back.
Right.
Yeah. But we were reading about them, my friends in my group, reading books like The Holy Grail Across the Atlantic, The Holy Blood and the Holy Grail, The History of the Knights Templars. We were sitting around talking about it and playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff also. I had a fun youth, I already know this shit. But really, it was all very innocent and fun for me. And in some respect, I was into Western esotericism in a fun, standoffish way. Not a big deal. I thought maybe magic is real. So Freemasonry, okay, I'll join. Sure, why not?
Right.
We were reading more about the Templars and stuff. I thought, I'm going to learn about history, maybe some esoteric stuff, and maybe some secrets. Ooh, there's a big secret. Ooh, it's a bit of a joke almost to me. I didn't have the internet, right? And my friends are goofing around. Haha, sure, it's a cult, man. It's like a secret society. Don't you understand? I was like, nah, I'll go for it. And they loved me there. Man, they were prepping me for a high position. Holy crap.
Okay, wait, let me interject. Why do you think, what was it about you that they wanted to recruit? Because you didn't have the father or the grandfather.
I was eager.
Oh, okay.
Eager, young, which they're starved for young blood. No pun intended. That's a joke. But they're hungry for young blood, and I was one of the only 2 guys there without gray hair at that time. The other guy was like anyway, I gotta be careful with who and when and names a little bit maybe. Because there's blood-curdling oaths that I began taking right away. You talk about when did the esotericism arrive? Well, on initiation night, how about that?
Oh, and initiation night is right away?
Yeah, they set it up. And one Freemason lodge meets once per month. Say every 3rd Tuesday. Every 2nd Monday. They say it like that. So we went on our whatever day of that particular month. And they proceeded to initiate me to level 1 into the Freemasons. Yeah, with a blindfold and the whole 9 yards, swords and shit. Blindfold. Oh my dude, with a noose around my neck, an old one that even smelled like it was 200 years old.
Oh, that's frightful, huh? But I mean, it is that reference to the old initiation, which always involved someone coming near death. Do you know the reason for that from the spiritual point of view?
Yeah, I've been looking into it before the show a little bit.
What I've understood is that essentially, if you bring someone very near death, it loosens their etheric body, and that can happen through trauma too. And then they start having clairvoyant experiences, such as seeing the life flash before their eyes. And then they may not be able to go back again to just how they were before.
Well, yeah, it's quite the ritual, I'll tell you. And it does involve, especially the 3rd initiation, and this is in the public domain.
Okay.
Anybody can find it about the basic Freemason initiations, although I might have some fun tidbits that are not in the books. I don't know. But in the 3rd initiation, you're role-playing somebody named Hiram Abiff. He's the architect of King Solomon's Temple. and these guys kill him because they want the secrets of the master Mason. They want his secrets, and he said nope. So they basically kill him with one of their Mason tools, and it's all role played, and it's a foam hammer, and they're whispering in your ear, and they prep you a little bit, like just when we say just fall, and they take you up some stairs, and you're standing in front of the worshipful master, and you know this, you're blindfolded, but you just know it. You can hear shit in the room. It's really creepy, man.
Yeah.
Actually,
what does worshipful master mean?
Oh, that's the guy who rules the lodge. He sits in a great throne.
But it's someone from your community.
I guess I assume people know the basic structure of the lodge, but there's officers. They sit around in rows like pews in a church, right? Around. Yeah. But in the middle, there's the pew shrine, and there's a variety of thrones and a dais. Yeah. Big throne and smaller thrones. And those are these officers of different rank. And they have little elections and stuff it's all shifting this stuff. Little society there. Anyway. So anyway, there's some stairs. They take up to the dais. They hit you on the head. You fall backwards. They catch you. And there's a whole play that unfolds around you. They like just lay there, pretend you're dead. You know. Then they go through all this acting and stuff, and you're all just there blindfolded. So that's a little bit about, I guess, what that ritual was like. Some basic details. But yes, there's a death and resurrection, of course. They pull you up, take the blindfold off, and there's a whole thing going on there. And they say, now you are a master Mason.
Oh, really?
And they give you the secret handshake.
And that's the third?
The third and final initiation, yeah. I skipped over a ton of stuff just to get to that point, but
I thought there were 33 degrees.
Well, every Freemason has to go through the first 3.
Okay.
Then you can stay there. That's called the Blue Lodge, the bottom of the tree. If you imagine a tree going up.
Yeah.
Most Freemasons just hang out in the monthly meeting. Not doing much. Having a good time. Maybe getting some favors. Well, definitely getting favors. And then maybe you want to join the Scottish Rite or the York Rite. Then it splits off into 2. Yeah. One's very Christian and Templar oriented. And there's 25 levels. And then there's 33 levels, well, 32 for now, because 33 is a secret one.
Okay.
That only you can be offered.
Okay.
You can pay the money to go all the way up into these areas. It costs money.
Really?
Yep. So the Scottish Rite is the Egyptian stuff.
Oh.
Where all the magic and mystery is. And that's where they wanted me to go. So I was headed off in that direction towards the Scottish Rite, to the Egyptian esoteric tradition. And that's very Masonic, the Egyptian stuff. They go all the way back with the Sumerian, like the Pentacle. Anyway, I got to try to keep it on track, but I don't often talk about my life. I always ask people about theirs. But anyway, where should we go from here?
Well, okay. So you were like in your early 20s and you were being exposed to this. And then you started, you alluded to this, you found a form of Buddhism that was also secretive.
Exactly.
Tell us.
Yeah. I left Freemasonry after 3 years.
Okay.
I just walked away. I was like, I thought that they were kind of rude jerks. And that's the vibe I got. And I was like, I'm not learning any secret anything around here. Although years later, I still think about some things that were said and questions I asked about things.
Yeah.
For another time, maybe. Anyway. Well, I guess we're talking about the Matrix, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's our through line for our conversation.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, meditation, of course. Back to that. I went back to the other thing I liked to do, Buddhism. So I went all the way down that road. I was like, well, I'll become a Buddhist. So I did. And right now, whatever, I don't necessarily identify with any group. Truly, in this technological age, I've renounced all philosophical property because we're engaged in a little bit of a spiritual war now, and I need to focus.
Yeah.
Because technology is here to envelop humanity.
Yeah.
So that's the concern for today, but it was still a concern then, although we didn't really see it like we see it now.
Right. And so you and I are about the same age, which means we're talking now about the early 2000s.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2003, I took the vow of a Buddhist, like make it
Oh,
official even.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little ceremony. It's kind of fun. Anyway, and I went to live in a monastery. I wanted to become a monk when I was 23.
Huh.
I went to a monastery in Cape Breton, Nova
Oh,
Scotia.
really?
Weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a famous nun who runs that place named Pema Chodron.
Oh, I've read books by her.
Yeah, she's super famous. Yeah,
Wow.
she was on Oprah and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's her monastery.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
How
so I went there.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty
was
cool.
she there when you were there?
I saw her once walking around. She has her own cabin, and you know what? People don't know this about her. She's like a yogi, a Tibetan yogi, not an Indian yogi. She sits there and meditates all day, every day. That's it.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, yeah, and chanting all the rituals.
Huh.
They call them sadhanas, and that's a
Uh-huh.
little bit about the Buddhism, I guess. Is the flavor of Buddhism I chose was Tibetan Buddhism,
Yep.
and the end of that path is the Vajrayana. It's called Vajrayana, or the Diamond Path. Okay,
Yep.
it's a secret. You need initiation.
Uh-huh.
You can ask to join it, but they say no a lot because they look at you and they think,
Yeah.
no, ready. These practices that they will teach you, they'll break your brains if you're
Yeah.
not ready.
Right.
And also, there's a problem with this guru system,
Mhm.
sexual misconduct, and everybody knows that
Oh,
too.
in Buddhism?
Oh, dude. Sorry, not to say
Sorry.
dude all the time. When I just throw out the word dude all the time when I'm feeling
I know. I know.
intense about a topic.
I understand.
But oh man, Tibetan Buddhism has such a bad rap.
I
Such
didn't
a
know
bad
that.
rap. Oh
Wow.
yeah, for the sexual stuff. Oh my goodness, there's scandals I could tell you about right here in the Western world too. Shambhala Buddhism. Have you ever heard of this group?
No, not specifically. I've heard the word
Okay.
before, but yeah.
There's sort of a Western Buddhism style of Buddhism that comes
Yeah.
out of Tibet, and the current guru who they've ousted just about 10 years ago. I think he's back now. Sexual parties, drunken,
Oh, God.
well, sex magic. These are Vajrayana practitioners too. They're all about, well, like the Kama Sutra, like the transcending your body.
Oh, that kind. 'Cause
Yeah.
the Aleister Crowley kind of sex magic, someone told me that's actually about trying to incarnate demons,
Well,
which
yeah.
I think what you're talking about is probably more like the Kama Sutra stuff, right?
There's a through line between Freemasonry ritual and the rituals done in Vajrayana Buddhism.
How
They're
really?
both secret, and
Yeah.
there's both something about you changing or definitely opening very wide for transformation.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, and as you say, and as I've wondered over the years, demonic possession,
Mhm.
and I wondered because I had some trouble growing up. Sure,
Right.
whatever, depression, addiction, whatever. Who cares? So I'm okay now. Everything's fine. I have a very good life. Very happy. So, but there was people go through hard times growing up, and
Yeah.
I went deeply into that stuff, and I do wonder if I had a demonic possession from those days in Freemasonry.
I would believe that's possible. And did so how did you identify that with yourself? Or how did you notice it?
Well, I didn't notice it until something left me many years later.
W And what caused it to leave?
Oh, deep meditation.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, all of a sudden, like, I mean, people have these experiences, I think,
Yeah.
of
But what
just
did
a,
you experience? What was the experience of having it leave you?
well, like in this tradition, you have a teacher, guru, not guru, but like, I knew a guy, a Western dude, who was my teacher. So I
Yeah.
say my teacher. So when I told him that this thing that happened, and I sort of jokingly said, it felt like a cosmic diarrhea.
Oh.
Because really, that was the first like or cosmic vomit. Almost like people take ayahuasca, and
Yeah.
they say that they're purging, but also something psychically is being purged.
Mhm.
Like that happened during meditation.
Did you
So
experience it from, like, a specific chakra or point on your body?
it came right out of my chest,
The solar plexus or the heart?
dead center, dead center of my chest area,
Like,
heart
heart
chakra,
yeah, heart chakra. Wow.
probably heart chakra. but a little bit lower than that.
Then maybe solar plexus. Interesting.
I just say right out of my guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know. I don't make a big deal of it. But I felt a lot different ever since that day. And that was 2014. I remember the exact year.
Really?
I remember the exact place when it happened and everything.
2014. So do you remember how old you were?
Well, I'm not sure. I can't do the math right now.
Okay, but you were probably around 30.
Well, I'm 48 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So
No,
you were
2014.
like maybe 34.
I suck at math and I had a stroke, so I'm okay, but I have some neurological problems from I had a
You
stroke
seem
last
great.
year.
You seem
Yeah, I'm
great.
doing all right. Well,
Yeah.
I was much snappier 2 years ago.
Was that good or bad?
You know what's weird though? This podcast, I did it for 1 year, then I had a stroke.
Wow.
And then I did it for another year, so I've done 2 years. And I go back to some of the earlier episodes, and I'm just like bam, boom, 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 boom.
Wow.
And I'm a little bit slower now, but that's okay. Because it's funny when you have some neurological, like, brain damage, sometimes it helps you spiritually. Because my cognitive thinking brain, and this is what the Buddhists are all about. Stop thinking so much.
Right.
Experience more.
Right.
And calm the hell down also.
And have you read the stories of this woman? She's a neuroscientist. I don't remember her name, but she was already a neuroscientist and she had a stroke and lost the left side of her brain, or disconnected. You've read these, right?
I saw her. I think that she has a famous TED Talk.
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Did something like that happen to you?
Well, yeah, this is one of the things maybe we won't go too deeply into. Okay. Yeah, it's like, but I was completely paralyzed on one side. Wow. And I survived.
Yeah.
But the thing with the stroke is, and we'll maybe leave it after this. Here's some information for anybody, because people don't know this. If somebody has a stroke, they got to get to the hospital within an hour, or 4 hours at least. But within an hour, like I did, almost full function, almost, almost, and it fluctuates, goes back and forth. But if you don't get to a hospital, then you're paralyzed forever.
Gosh.
So I got lucky. So you talk about spiritual metamorphosis. Well, a second chance at life.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So that's very helpful. Even at my ripe old age of almost 50, I'm gifted with another spiritual revolution.
Yeah, so you've been through, okay, let's say the acid experience, then the Freemasonry, then the secretive Buddhism, and the sense of exploring that. Have there been other? Or how have you had this like path that's led you through all these things?
The weird thing is, I don't feel like I've arrived anywhere specifically. But it's an interesting journey, and people. I thought it'd be fun to play some of that stuff, because I mean, I talk about Freemasonry with people like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Talk about Buddhism. I'm in Canada, for goodness sake. They don't know nothing about Buddhism. They don't care, or it's just evil because it's a Christian country, so Buddhism is obviously evil.
Oh, really? You
Some people think that. Not everybody, but anyway. So it's fun to have a chat about these topics with you, and I don't know, spill the beans about stuff that I never talk about with people. Obviously, we can't shut up about it. Can't shut up about it. What was the question again?
Well, have there been more major, let's say, occult turnings that you've experienced or explored?
No.
Okay.
Many years practicing Buddhist meditation. Is my thing. And now I don't really do that. My sitting down, crossing your legs hurts, especially when you get old. I can't do it anymore. But sometimes you can just take a minute and just stare at the window and zone out. Zap. I call it the zap. I just need to zap for a few minutes and just it's like riding a bike. You never forget if you go deep into meditation. I gave it everything for 15, 20 years.
Really?
Hardcore. Oh, many hours per day meditating. And I tried to be a monk many times, but I said no way. I spent many months in monasteries meditating every damn day and studying this stuff. It's weird.
Were you trying to escape something? Were you trying to go someplace? Like
Sure. Yeah. And that's always the thing too. You send an email to the monastery, say, I would like to come for a monastic life. They're like, okay, first of all, we have a conversation with you about running away from the real world Are you emotionally fit, mentally
Mhm.
fit, and physically fit to actually do this? Sit down, cross your legs 5 hours a day and breathe, do nothing. As people freak out and they're gone within a week.
Wow.
Things happen, man, when you meditate very deeply. People know this, but who's doing it?
Right. And most people don't have time. I've never even tried to do that, a week or something of
I shouldn't say who's
removing
doing it.
oneself.
Everybody has their own thing that they do.
Yeah.
My wife's a painter. She paints
Huh.
a lot.
Yeah.
She also meditates too. She's from the meditative background. That's where we met
Oh, nice.
in the Buddhist world. But I'm not really Buddhist anymore. I just don't care. You know what? I'm too busy to just trying to be a human
Yeah.
right
Okay, what
now.
does being a human mean in your definition?
Very straightforward. There's something good and juicy about it.
Yeah.
There has to be.
Yeah.
So you got to find that and uncover it because it'll shine out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the message of religion and magic, isn't it? Shine your power.
Yeah, that's one of the messages.
Hard to find though. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, finding
Right.
some peace of mind with religion and meditation and stuff. That's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of that from meditating. Just whatever. Sit down and not think about more stuff. Like on Substack, everybody knows we're writing 25 pages about the nature of consciousness, and the technological world is the scientific magazines, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and all these other MFers are preaching this gospel of this other side of this whole thing. Wow, I really lost my train of thought there. But you know what I'm saying? You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, a materialistic.
We're inundated with materialism. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And the technological world that we are all interacting with all the time is making it. I literally think it's making it harder to experience our own spiritual side.
Yeah. In fact, I'm digressing spiritually because I'm in college.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to talk about that. But the emails, this is the thing with the tech, going to college, going to school, laptops, emails, all online, and this new language I'm learning because I'm not in the email milieu. I'm not in that. I don't know what milieu that is, but these phrases like "Thank you for reaching out." I can't handle one more of those. Thanks for reaching out.
So this is funny to me because I've been kind of working in business since I was early 20s, like early 2000s. So I've always used a lot of email. And so all these things are very normalized. But I can imagine if you're entering that at 49 or whatever, or 48, that feels really weird.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm in healthcare too, if you can imagine. I'm going to go take care of the elderly.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a chef for a long time, but since my stroke, I figured I got to do something a little more. Well, that's not easy work, but just the demands of running a restaurant and running a kitchen and running a bunch of douchebags, young guys who don't understand work. They want to listen to Eminem all day on volume 10 and take smoke breaks endlessly. I could do I always wanted to have a chef on my podcast and we could rant and rave about the restaurant industry.
Yeah, you totally should.
Oh my God. It's hell on earth. And thank God it's over actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I needed meditation to survive that world for 20 years also, because I was also working on all this shit too, with really in a crazy hostile environment.
You mean the restaurant was hostile?
Oh, chefs are maniacs.
Yeah. I wonder why that is, because that is such a trope. Like the chef is this arrogant, egotistical person. And why is that?
It's not always egotistical and stuff. Like I've worked with a lot of guys and chefs, all the dishwashers, everybody, waiters, waitresses, managers. It's a lot of different people,
Yeah.
But it's a high intensity environment just for a plate of frickin' French fries.
Yeah.
Although I will say this, well-ran kitchens with less greed from the management.
Yeah.
You see, maybe we should talk about greed.
Yeah.
We're talking about technology. We're talking about human problems. My wife and I have been talking about greed a lot because, well, it's one of the big boys of all the religions, the 7 deadly sins. Even Buddhism has greed as one of the top 5. They have 5 sort of deadly sins in the Tibetan version.
Oh.
The usual.
Yeah.
Hate, greed, whatever.
Yeah.
But greed. And I was thinking, well, everybody's greedy and it's completely normalized. And technology is very, very greedy for data.
Yes, and attention.
Think about the data centers they're building.
Yeah, I know, that's something I'm very the use of natural resources to supply technology with more whatever, it's just ridiculous.
So how about this? Social media opens people up to this ritual, to this other world,
Yeah.
to have their data sucked or their soul,
Yeah.
their mind right out of their body.
At the
Man, I've been
same
thinking about
time
that. I've been thinking about that so much lately.
right, and at the same time, it's it's a technique, a programming technique. And many people are not ready to deal with it, to have protection against it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously going to be some sort of a control grid. I mean, am I paranoid?
No.
Here's
No,
a thought. Here's a thought I had. I'm bringing this up tomorrow on a panel discussion we're having on postmodernism
cool.
regarding artificial intelligence. Whether you're on the left politically or the right politically, or you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or a Jew or anything, whatever you stand, if you're trans or neo-Nazi, every group, every person on this planet Earth right now has an existential issue with artificial intelligence. They embrace it sometimes, and I'm using it too, because it's here and there's no escape. And people are beginning to wonder, where does this go exactly? Where the hell is this going? Yeah, so I don't know. But here's the thing. Social media has a vested interest in bringing us along for the ride.
Right.
Through our little ego. Right. And our followers, you see, we're back again to the concept of cult all over again. It's a big circle, all this stuff.
You said you had also spent a long time in a tent or essentially traveling?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I sort of embraced that whole yogi thing because I always thought that with the Tibetan Buddhism, like the guys who lived in caves were really cool. They lived in caves for generations, and they're sort of the local heroes and stuff. They're like almost like athletes. They're superstars, or these great meditators in Tibet. And I thought, well, I'll just meditate my whole life. And it wasn't that long ago. I think 2015. 2015, something happened in this world, and that's a conversation maybe for another day. So many things changed that year. I don't know what happened, but even me, I clicked. Well, my dad died finally of a lung disease, so that kind of freed me up from my location, you could say, which was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, in 2015.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to go to British Columbia, Canada, to the other side of the Vancouver Island, to a place called Tofino. So from the Atlantic Ocean, where I've always grown up, very straight to the Pacific Ocean, and see what happens. And it's very warm climate there. And I thought, I'll just tent out. I'll work. I got skills, and I'm professional, and I can give a great interview, and I'll do good work. And all my employers pat me on the back. I got a great resume. You know what? Here's the thing. Forget the skills. I said, I'm going to embrace the universe and see what happens. Who will I meet? Who will I meet? And here's one thing. You want to talk mystical stuff? You know, all the meditation I've done in my life, you know what happens? Synchronicities.
Yeah, that is what happens.
I've ran into people, you would never believe it, at the right moment, the right time. Strange events through the human medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, oh man, I could tell you stories. But I don't know. And I told you about this on an email. I was thinking about the show today about indulging my personal details, my thoughts, my deep feelings and some things. And I thought, with secrets, like the occult. I've been in secret societies. I've been in Tibetan Buddhism secret shit. Sometimes you should keep some of that secret because I got some benefits from that stuff.
Yeah.
I got my own magic powers. Okay.
Right.
As weak and minor as they may be, but they're very intuitive.
Right.
And I don't think I ever would achieve those magic powers if I didn't not divulge secrets. So, I don't have any really to keep. Right. But I have seen magic with my own eyes also.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
And that's something I've never really told anybody, and it's not that big a deal. I'm not going to.
Okay.
But like sometimes you run into people. I'm sure you have too. There's something about them. They're deeply awake.
Yeah.
They've done stuff. They've been around.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do things or say things or zap you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, don't fuck with that guy. No, but I do believe in magic powers, truly.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. And I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to describe it. And I'm not into magic, really.
Well,
but yeah, go ahead.
Well, so I think the term in the Eastern practice, maybe Buddhism, maybe Hinduism, is siddhi, right? And aren't those essentially magical powers?
Yeah, and those chants in the Vajrayana, you're chanting all this stuff about like there's a lot of chanting like this, monosyllabically saying lots of words, like for hours and stuff, and visualizing yourself as these multi-armed deities with fangs and wild, crazy eyes and fire all around them and stuff.
Really? This
is Tantra, where you slowly are chanting what these creatures look like. And everybody's seen, I think, the Tibetan.
Yeah. In English, are you chanting?
Often, yes. But I've even gone all the way into chanting Tibetan style.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Where they sort of tell you what you're saying.
Yeah.
well, actually, there's English versions too. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do some of these things I don't know. What can we say about it? I don't know.
Well, I mean, obviously, any visualization practice is extremely potent.
Yes.
So that's actually quite fascinating to chant, which is to put oneself under a kind of hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So self-hypnosis, while visualizing oneself as deities, or I'm not sure how. I'm unfamiliar with this completely, but that's extremely potent stuff.
Are you familiar with white Tara?
No. What is it?
Or the Tara deities?
Tarot?
T-A-R-R-A. I was going to find an image. I was going to look for an image to show you, but it doesn't matter. We'll just talk about it. Just as an example of one of those deities. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What was the point? What was the point of it?
Well, essentially, we're talking about, we live in this materialistic Western world where we think magic doesn't exist. Yet, I had this conversation with Michael Martin yesterday about the fact that it seems like people are under magical spells. Propaganda is a form of magic. Any kind of repetition is a form of magic. And you're describing this meditation practice of the
siddhis.
Really intense.
Right. We're talking about the siddhis. S-I-D-D-H-I. Siddhi.
Yeah.
The Sanskrit. And it means magic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's lots of them, different ones.
And so you've met people who seem to express that level of.
Yeah. Like the Tibetans, like the real ones. Okay, like here's the thing. To become a Tibetan Lama, that means the teachers, you got to spend 3 years sitting upright, even sleeping that way, in a box.
Whoa.
Anybody could Google right now, Tibetan meditation box, and you'll see. Sometimes they're just full of hay, and then they're in a cave.
And
what
about eating and doing that kind of stuff?
They eat very little. They practice a lot. They meditate all day, every day, and they sleep sitting up for a reason, because you will lucid dream very, very, very easily if you can sleep with a good meditation posture, sitting up straight.
That's interesting. I wonder what the physiology of that is, that it causes you to lucid dream more.
I don't know, but it's an absolute fact. It's an absolute fact. How'd they figure that out? It's called the 3-year retreat. And it's 3 years, 3 months, and 3 days. So it's 3, 3, 3.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that, but it's a traditional. It's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
And when I was in that monastery, I've been in many, but in one of them, there was another building with like 4 or 5 bedrooms and a big shrine room. And in each bedroom, and we weren't allowed in there, but we were doing some work, carpentry.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. I get to see the Vajrayana. This is before I got into it. I got to see the Vajrayana shrine room. And Tibetan shrines are like hundreds of crazy things all over the place. You sit there and stare at it all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, but anyway, the box, each bedroom had a box. And they sit in nice cushion, nice wood, all that. But you sit in it, you cross your legs, and you lean up against it, and you sleep like that.
My goodness.
And you have to do that for 3 years, and you don't even leave that building.
Wow.
I didn't do that 3-year retreat.
Right. Did you consider it?
I don't have the chutzpah. Because I don't know what happens, but I know people who have done that.
Uh-huh.
One of them is a teacher of mine.
Uh-huh.
Who I would just call up and just to talk about meditation.
Mm-hmm.
He's not teaching me no Tibetan stuff, but he went down that road. I mean,
also a Canadian person?
He's an American, actually, from California,
who
lives in the eastern provinces of Canada right now. I haven't talked to him in like 10 years. What's the point? The 3-year retreat. Yeah, he's got the zap. He'll look right at you and just. See, here's the thing with the cities. Sometimes they're hard to describe.
Yeah.
It's just a clear intuition sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And not all intuition is untrustworthy.
Right.
Often you have an intuition, maybe with somebody, something, and you think, I'm having an intuition here for this is bad or good, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll give it some time. Mm-hmm. That's a little bit of maybe a city. You're thinking on the 5th level. Your intuition is working, at least. Look around. We're in the post-human world. In many respects. I mean, gee whiz. Thank God I never had the internet until I was 30. That's
also quite phenomenal.
Yeah, I got lucky there.
Yeah.
Well, it's 20, 30. Yeah, I was about 30. I mean, Facebook was, I had an email and stuff. I used the World Wide Web.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As we used to call it.
So you didn't have social media until you were about 30?
Yeah, I had a girlfriend. I was living in Newfoundland, Canada, and I had this girlfriend there, and she was like, you got to get on Facebook. You got to get on Facebook. Everybody's on there. So I went on there, and I was like, yeah, there's that douche from elementary school. Be my friend. I was like, I don't want to be your friend.
Right.
I don't like you.
You know, before we started recording, you were showing a picture of Oak Island.
Oh, yeah.
Will you show that? Because I wanted to know what that was.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to local legends and Freemasonry for a minute.
Yeah.
I'll show you the Oak Island in a second. Let's show this.
The Atlantic.
The Freemasons told me to read that book.
Really?
And this book, Holy Blood and the Holy Grail.
Funny.
They said you should read that book.
Oh, will you zoom out a little? It looks like it's about essentially Jesus having progeny. Is that the idea?
I do have the write-up.
Yeah.
I mean, just the Cole's notes. Anyway, it doesn't matter. To talk about the bloodline of Jesus, I'm not good with these buttons. Sorry. Remove. Yeah. Gee whiz. I find it hard to be the guest and manage the production.
Yeah.
But no. Oak Island, Nova Scotia. I think a lot of people know of it because there's a TV show that has like 8 seasons about this stuff now, but not everybody's heard of it.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about this. And then I asked the Freemasons about it. Where'd I put that picture? Okay. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Here it comes. Right. Here in Nova Scotia, just about 1 hour drive from my location, there is a small island. It's called Oak Island. One day in say 1820, I'm ballparking it here. Yeah. But some kids were over there on the island. It's only a short, there's even a road to it now. It's very short. So the boys got in their boat and they went over. And I saw something hanging from one of the branches of the tree. It was like a pulley system. An old pulley from like a ship, wooden with ropes. And they figured there was a pit. They found a pit. So something was lowered into a pit. But there's a layer of stones just below the grass. So immediately that's a mystery.
Yeah.
Why is there a pile of stones 10 feet deep? Right. Then there's an empty cavity. Then there's a layer of oak platforms, you see?
Yep.
Layer after layer of oak platforms with empty space.
Right.
And this is where the tide level comes through and floods the whole thing up to the 30th.
Oh, it does?
So at the 35th level, that's 35 feet, they encounter the ocean water. So they had to get creative, didn't they? Something's going on here. And these thicker platforms, they started to find strange things, like coconut husks, pieces of parchment. They found a stone down at the 85th level with messages inscribed on it.
And this is all real? Like
This is real. This is real. Right here in Nova Scotia, for goodness sake. And the Freemasons, I asked them about this.
Yeah.
I asked them about this. Well, and they did not say this, but here's what people think. The Holy freaking Grail was buried in here. It gets weirder. It gets weirder.
Wait, I vaguely now am remembering this as a TV show, and I just thought it was reality TV, like made up.
No.
Have you been here?
I haven't made the journey.
Okay.
Because there's a massive battle over the land between the family who originally owned it, government interest, secret societies, and the White House also.
The White House?
Well, how are you going to get all the water out of the fort at the 35th level? You got to get the water out or scuba dive and get down in there.
Yeah.
So right around the turn of the century, we had pumping technology.
Mm-hmm.
So FDR, the president of the United States, came here personally with many mining companies. They started to pump out the seawater to get down in there.
Uh-huh.
And then they started to find this weird shit. And did he take anything out of there? Do you wonder? And to the White House? Maybe the Holy Grail itself.
Wow.
The Ark of the Covenant, maybe.
Wow.
Who knows? Whoever built this, when was it built? How the hell did they build it?
Yeah.
There's weird, and then you have tunnels now.
Yep.
That go out to the shoreline. How could a human crawl through a skinny little passage like this and drill?
They're skinny? They're not.
These are further flood chambers. Whatever's in the bottom of this thing, nope, they do not want anybody to ever find it.
And obviously with modern technology, it seems like it would be very accessible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the whole show's all about that. They send down little drones, submarines, and they find a little coin. It's a TV show.
Yeah.
They're really goofing around. Whatever was in here is gone. It's gone.
Right. Wow.
Whatever was in here is gone.
And so is it built in the way old wells were, where it's a circle of rocks?
Nope. You imagine there's just regular forest, say grass growing here at the top. And they said, why is this pulley hanging in this tree?
Yeah.
And so they just looked down, kicked around some stuff and said, why are all these stones all loose? Then they just started pulling them out. So, and then it's intentional because they're all roughly the same size.
Right.
But down for 10 feet, the layer of stones. Then they hit an oak platform. Boom, boom. It could hit it with like the floor of a house, maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a little bit about Oak Island and local.
Yeah. Wow.
Back to the Freemasonry and mystery. Ancient societies fascinate me too. And that's part of the things that led me to Freemasons. Because I believe that one of the secrets they do have is about our past.
Tell me, like, what do you think about our past? What is it?
Well, why are they finding pyramids at the bottom of the ocean?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is the pyramid also of Giza? And what about the hundreds of thousands of pyramids buried under the sand all over Egypt? What about whatnot? Machu Picchu, think about it.
Yeah.
There's crazy stuff that's going on out there. And now the latest, the one near Turkey.
I don't know.
Göbekli Tepe.
Okay.
That's the one. That is older than any history book. So it's just out in the open.
Wow.
That our ancient past does not revolve around 60,000 years ago with Cro-Magnon man. Come on. Anthropos. Whatever they call those generations of ape man. I don't know. I question that whole narrative. And don't they say who controls the future controls, what is that? The George Orwell, who controls the past, controls the present, something.
I don't know that quote, but I would believe that's in 1984. Well,
the people controlling the present control the past, at the very least. And definitely now, maybe the future, because with this technology stuff, they're doing a lot of modeling, synthetic modeling of people on a massive scale.
Are you talking about like synthetic biology or what kind of synthetic modeling?
Like military surveillance type modeling predictions of what if we release another fake pandemic? What if we release another fake? What if we increase pressure on the crime climate change scam.
Like scenario planning.
Yeah.
How
And
are we
based on
going to
all of our
manipulate?
data and all of our, it's completely complicated.
Yeah.
But there's
Yes.
all kind. Me and James Corbett talked about that. I
Mm.
had James Corbett on my show. That was a great
He's
honor.
great.
Oh yeah, I love that guy. I love that guy.
Yeah.
I credit James Corbett because I was watching him in 2020.
Okay.
And I thought, what's he going to say about this pandemic? Because I freaked out for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going crazy. I was going crazy with the COVID.
Where
Oh my
were you
God.
did you live in a city then?
My wife is a nurse.
Oh, right.
Registered nurse.
Right.
So she was going to the hospital every day. And anyway, James Corbett said, he didn't even say anything for like the first 2 weeks. And I thought, why? He's waiting. He's waiting before he says something. He's doing his research.
Yeah.
And finally, he just in casual passing mention, he said, oh, and by the way, there's another pandemic scam happening. Anyway, into other news. I thought, wow, this guy is fucking laser sharp. Oh, pardon my French. I'm Canadian.
It's okay.
And I thought, James Corbett, he said it. He said what I was thinking out loud. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that could lead us to the present, but I guess, or whatever, 2020. I mean, that's the matrix destroying moment for even people who did not meditate or join secret societies or engage in magic, whatever.
Yeah.
Take acid. Take acid.
I do think that's, it is interesting because for me, 2020 and the idea that we were going to completely upend our lives and do everything online, like that was a big deal. And it amazes me that there are still people who think it was an appropriate choice.
Yeah, I think so. I don't talk to people about it because...
You don't?
Well, I don't hang out with a lot of people, and I'm in the healthcare milieu, and you can't say anything.
Really? Yeah.
You can't say anything that COVID is a scam.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say that.
And I think it's probably similarly true here, especially in healthcare, but there's people are always looking to see, okay, does this person, where do they actually fall in terms of their belief system around?
I get that feeling from the school that I went to. Oh my God.
Are your ideas in extreme minority in the school? Or do you
well, here's the problem. I don't give my ideas. I just try to do the homework, pass the tests, and get through. But there is this thing that I feel like they're always watching you, and they even say things like, we have to be sure you're the right type of person who can go have this credential and go work with the old people who need help.
Right.
And here's the thing. Do you really need to go to school to help Granny have her breakfast? To change her briefs in the morning when she poops herself? When she needs to help walk? People have been doing this forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The bureaucracy that I am dealing with right now, and I told you about the email. I call it the email post-truth nihilism hell that I have to live in just to go help Granny.
Yeah.
Something that's a job that gives back too. And they want to cut it off and say, you are not allowed to go anywhere near Granny to help her with anything until you are the type of creature we want you to be.
God, it's sad. Have you been in the US in the past 5 years or 6 years?
I've never been to the United States of America.
Ever?
Well, I mean, our family went to Niagara Falls for a family vacation once.
Yeah.
In winter. Huh. But we crossed the border and went, hey, we're in Buffalo. Then went back. That's my whole experience. Like when I was 10 years old, 1 hour in Buffalo.
Wow. And that was no doubt before passports were required anyway.
Yeah.
When I was a child, you didn't need passports to cross the border. I'm pretty sure. I think a driver's license was sufficient.
It was around 1985. So
the
good old days. Even before the biosecurity state from 9/11.
Right.
Imagine being able to get on an airplane and smoke and just walk on, pay the money, walk on. Like hardly any no metal detector.
Or like buy a plane ticket with cash, which I think has been, anyway.
My mom's a business lady too, a little bit. Yeah. And she flew around a lot in the 80s when I was a kid. Meetings. And she talks about flying sometimes. In those days, she was like, man, we just sit there, get drunk and smoke. And no one said nothing to you. Nothing. Now it's like beep, 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 beep. Why are you beeping all the time?
Right.
And man, they put you through this thing. Every time I get on a plane, I don't know what's going on. They just know, or if I just have that look of someone who knows you're all no good around here.
They pull you out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and did you ever have the thing where they scrape your palm with like a little, they take a DNA swab of your palm?
No.
Oh my God, they did that to me twice.
When? What years?
Well, I went to Europe. They did it to me when I went there, and when I flew across Canada once they did it. And so it's Canadian airports that did this. Here's what they did.
Wait, so I've never actually heard of this one.
Oh, dude, there's a bit of a tale to tell on this one. So here's what they did. They said your random baggage check.
Mm-hmm.
They just do that. So we're gonna take a look at you. So we want you to either we're gonna touch you, or you can step into this gigantic, creepy transhuman hell machine that transport you to hell, whatever's happening here. Destroy your soul machine. So I said, I'll get inside the soul destroying machine. I don't want to be touched. So it goes around and around, and you're just like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
And they get it, and you get out. And he said, we've detected a chemical on you. And I said, oh my God, what do you mean? I was thinking maybe THC.
What is that?
Or like,
THC.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Red residue or something.
Yeah.
Because at that time I was heavy into that. So he said, well, we have to swipe your, so it was like a cotton ball on a stick or something, or held with tweezers. And he rubbed it. He said, I'm just going to rub this across your palm like this. And I thought, what is he putting on me? Maybe.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, just now, in the moment, he took my DNA.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That is a hypothesis that I've only recently heard about all the swabbing that was happening during COVID, is maybe this is a way to like get massive healthy or non-healthy cell samples.
You want to talk about the PCR test?
Not really, but feel free to talk about it.
Not the whole, the thing that it's fake thing, but the thing that, did you have that done?
Never.
Me neither.
I avoided all of that, like all of it.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surprised that you were able to not do any. Were you just working in a restaurant? Like, how did you get away with?
Well, there's a story there.
Yeah.
But and I'll tell you what happened for the past 5 years here.
Yeah.
You see them on the news every day, swab, and everybody makes that face like, and they're swabbing, boo. Man. And I thought, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
That's a healthy person, first of all. A lineup of them. And here in Halifax, you know what they did? They drove cars into a tanker, like a what do you call that? You put them on the ships. They pile them up on the
shipping container.
Shipping container. You drive into a shipping container, and they're all in with like lamps and stuff. And the jab too, bam, bam, boom, whatever you need, drive on through. And out the other side, and off home you go. And oh my God, it's bad. Everybody's got bad stories about what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you one I just heard. I was in a nursing home recently. I asked one of the employees, because we're both doing the same job now, and I can ask questions. During COVID, did you work here? Yep. She said, yep. And I said, and she offered this information. We were the first ones to get the vaccine here because this establishment was the first one mandated. We got the email, whatever. And they had to drive about 90 kilometers to the first municipality that was offering it.
Yeah.
So boom, boom. And on the way home, her passenger had an aneurysm in her brain.
Oh my God.
I heard that 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God. Was your coworker or colleague aware of like why?
She said I had to do it to take my job, and she changed the subject.
Huh.
But she says, I always wondered if it was because of that shot. And I wanted to go, hello.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, hey, I'm not a doctor. Maybe it wasn't because of the experimental, whatever the hell that stuff even is. Who can even explain what's in that? Nobody.
Yeah.
And the people who try to are working for the CIA, so no one knows.
Someone else posed a hypothesis this week. I have no idea if this is true or not, but her hypothesis was, so you know that in these Epstein files, Jeffrey Epstein was really interested in prions, which are folded proteins. Mad cow disease is, caused by prions. I don't know. Basically, I don't know anything about this other than that it is a way to kill people, and there's no the incubation period is unclear. She was saying, what if these vaccines had prions in them?
Maybe we'll talk about that vaccine. Let's really go down the rabbit hole.
Okay, go ahead. You first.
Well, first, Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
I've never really had the conversation on my podcast because I've been waiting for such a time as this. It's a pretty good time now.
Yeah.
We seem to have gotten our peak behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are inbred hicks with billions of dollars and lots of power.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I've been thinking about it. And I've always known it. These Satanists, I thought that they were smarter, a bit more sneaky, slick.
Yeah.
And I told Nick Hudson when he was on my podcast recently, another great, thank goodness. Like people like this don't have to come on my podcast. It's so small.
Yeah.
And he came on. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to talk to Nick Hudson. So I had to ask him. I said, because he's brilliant. Do you know him? You know about him?
I don't know him. I've heard the name.
He's one of the greatest dissidents of the whole COVID resistance. He's brilliant. Write it down. He's like a polymath. He is an actuary. He's an epistemologist.
Yeah.
Like that's the epistemology.
Or are you thinking
the philosophy?
Epistemologist. Yeah.
Epistemology. Yeah. I always get those confused. He's not an epidemiologist. Yeah. He's an epistemologist.
Yeah.
So this is, and his IQ is off the rails, right?
Yeah.
And he's a very eloquent speaker from South Africa with a great accent. So I said, there's guys like you working for the New World Order at the United Nations, and surely behind the scenes, actual smart, dangerous people, smart guys. And he's like, nah, they're just like, they know about banking,
right?
Facts and figures.
Because essentially, if you're willing to do things that are considered immoral by most people, then you don't actually have to be smart, because most people won't have a way of preventing it.
Yeah. And so I believe that it's a machine ran on blackmail, evil, greed, power, and the list of depravity just goes down from there.
Yeah.
Not up, down. Yeah. Anybody who joins that organization to do any sort of good will be fired.
Right.
That's what healthcare is like, feeling like in Canada.
So why are you in it?
Well, it's a good job. I'm in the milieu. I've worked in hospitals before. I've actually, I used to, I was a patient porter for 2 years. That's just moving people around the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great job, man.
Yeah.
A lot of exercise and talked to a lot of sick people, patients, healthy people, sick people, everybody. And also dead people I would take to the morgue. Yeah, in a bag already. I didn't touch them or see dead people.
Right.
Thank goodness. But I moved dead people down to the morgue and stuff. So I don't know. I've had weird jobs like that. So the hospital, it's good. It's decent money.
Yeah.
To have a job in hospital, and you can accelerate your career. I want an entry level credential, care assistant, whatever. But then take further courses into palliative care, hospice, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And become a specialist in that area. And then maybe become a nurse. That's a 2-year program.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all black magic. That stuff.
I mean, of course not. Like, obviously, we need.
No, I'm not saying that you say that, but people have also asked me that question, like, why healthcare?
Yeah.
And I know you're not insinuating this, but people have said directly, why would you ever join this shit system? They're only there to make you sick. They're only there as a profit. And sure, that's most of it. And I agree.
Yeah, but I mean, people break bones. Like, they need.
Yes.
Obviously, older people need help. Like, we need a healthcare, facilities. It's. I think the real difference is there's the care for, let's say, the mechanical aspect of our bodies, which is very easy to understand and recognize that we need. And then there's all the preventative care, and it's with all that preventative care, which is primarily pharmaceuticals, that it seems like the illness has come into the system. 'Cause
Uh,
preventative care should be exercise and healthy food, and healthy food's hard to get, and exercise is hard to get, and, but that's what it should be.
yeah, we're in the middle of winter now, near the end,
Mhm.
and we grow a lot of our own vegetables here. We have a
Yeah,
homestead,
yeah,
and that circles back, I guess, to answer that question about since 2020 to present.
yeah.
I've been building gardens,
Mhm.
putting a chicken coop.
Yeah,
We got chickens. Build a shed. Not me. I oversaw it.
yeah.
I'm no carpenter, but I'm good with a chainsaw and whatnot. I'm a master organic gardener.
Oh, very
So,
nice. Yeah,
so through 2020, 21, 2022, I took online courses, organic gardening,
yeah.
$1,000, 6 months, hard, real
Nice.
credential, and I learned a lot. Then I took another 6 month course somewhere through there, got it going, and now we're in the sixth year, and that
Yeah,
was our dream. That was our dream,
I bet it's
anyway.
beautiful.
So the karmically,
Yeah,
the COVID event
yeah,
increased our intensity of our goals in our life.
yeah. And that's a beautiful point to wrap up on because 'cause we're now over an hour, but, that is the gift of COVID, is
Yeah,
everyone is or so many more people are, wide awake and really focused on those things, such as their goals or what they wanna make out of their life.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like our gardens would be half the size, half the greatness.
Right.
I wouldn't have invested money in those courses because you really need to, if you want to get serious,
Yeah.
you really gotta take it serious. So I wouldn't have invested $1,000 in a course, surely.
Right.
I would
Right.
have just kept puttering around and having things die. And I don't know why this is dying because that's the first year, no matter how much school you take. Why is everything dying? Why so there's pests? No, but grit, determination, and studying a lot of books and really, really getting out there and really doing it, man.
Mhm.
Cutting down trees, chopping them up, and burning them in the wood stove. Man, it's the greatest
Yeah.
thing. And here's the thing: we got lucky because we bought our house in 2019,
Yeah.
winter.
You totally got lucky.
COVID started about 2, 3 months after we
Yeah.
moved in here, and I'll tell you something. I began to realize that's the greatest karma.
Yeah.
Like you want to talk a life of, we'll go wrap up. Yeah, life of meditation, spiritual teachings and understanding of the world. Karma is huge.
Yeah.
Karma is massive. And you give, you shall receive.
Mhm.
So
Right.
there you go.
Hey, very nice. Thank you so much, David, for doing this. This is
Yeah,
really
thanks.
great.
Yeah, I like talking to you, and yeah, I'll definitely see you
Likewise.
again sometime.
I
Yeah.
like talking to you too, and we can do this again, I hope.
Oh yeah, sure. Anytime. Okay. End recording. Bye bye.